Good afternoon, everyone. So today's topic is angle gauges. So we are continuing the classes on engineering metrology. So in the angle measurement chapter, we will be talking about angle gauges. Okay. So what is angle gauges? So we have heard about slip gauges, isn't it? So what is the use of slip gauges? So slip gauges, as you can see here. One second. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the slip gauges, and this can be rung together, and you can build up any desired length, right? So similarly, these are the angle gauges, and with the help of these angle gauges, you can build any desired angle. Clear? So basically, they are also made up of high grade wear resistance steel. Okay, and they are, as you can see, they are not in many numbers as in comparison to the slip gauges. As you can see here, slip gauges are available in 103 pieces, right? They are available in 112 pieces. Clear? But these are not in such a high number. They are very less in number, right? It may be 6, it may be 10, it may be 16, like that. This much pieces only are available. So why it is so? So actually, what is the possibility here? You can see that the set of 16 gauges, angle gauges, form all the angles between 0 degree to 99 degree in 1 second steps. So total how many combination? 3,56,400 combinations. Correct? So how is it possible that with 16 gauges only you can build up these many combinations? How is it possible? So because you see, the slip gauges are, and that has a beauty of this slip gauges, angle gauges, that they can be joined or added or subtracted from the any angle. Like you see here, there is a block. This block is of 30 degree angle. Clear? And I have taken a 5 degree, another block of 5 degree. So when we are joining together, or you can say rung together, they are rung together. So after ringing, we are getting how much? Total 35 degree. But if this 5 degree block is they are it is like joined in opposite direction. See, they will have a bigger bigger edge and a smaller edge. So if the bigger edge and a smaller edge, they are interchanged, so the angle will also be changed. So here it is addition, and here it is subtraction. So here you are getting 25 degree. So with the same two blocks, you are getting two angles. Are you getting or not? So that is the one of the advantage, that with 16 gauges itself you can create a number of combinations, which is not possible in case of slip gauges. Correct? So here you can see this is the structure of the slip gauges. So these slip gauges are basically built up, as you can see, the marking is there. Here it is written plus 45 degree, here it is minus 45 degree. Okay. Also, it can be marked in this way. What is that? 27 degree, but it will not be plus or minus, it will be just a arrow is given like this. So this kind of sign is given, which says that if you are joining, this is negative and this is positive, right? So if you are joining all the blocks in the same direction as indicated, then it will be added, and if you are joining in opposite directions, then it will be subtracted. Look at here. Okay, yeah, here you see, this is 145 degree angle block. Clear? And there is a 3 degree angle block, and which is joined in opposite direction. So both combined will give you only 42 degree. And then there is a 30-minute block which is joined in this direction, so that will be added plus. and 5 degree, that is also in this direction, so that will be also added, so 35 minute, and after that 20 second is also in the same direction, so it will be also added. So that is 42 degree plus 35 minutes plus 20 minutes. So how we have got this value? So 45 degree plus, this is in if this is marked in this direction, then it will be plus, then 3 degrees in this direction, so it is minus, and then 30 degrees in this direction, 30 minute, and then 5 minute, and then 20 seconds. So all this will give you this value. Okay, so this is how the angle is built. So any angle from 1 degree to 99 degree you can build with the help of 16 gauges set. Correct? So they are available in 6, 11 and 16 numbers. Okay, in 16 we have a 6 blocks of 1 degree, 3 degree, 5 degree, 15 degree, 30 degree and 45 degree maximum, right? And the 5 blocks of 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes and 30 minutes. Then similarly the 5 blocks of this one. So you need not to remember. If you remember, that is well and good, but if you don't remember, there is no problem. Okay, now can you say how much you can measure how much total angle? So 45 plus 30, 75, plus 15, 90, plus 5, 95, 99, this is 99. Okay, here you have 30, 20, 50, and this is 59 minutes, and this is also 59 seconds. Means 99 degree, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Means it is not completely 100 degree. It's a 99 degree, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. And they have the accuracy of plus minus 2 seconds. You can get an accuracy of plus minus 2 seconds. Right? Their dimensions are this one 75 mm long but 15 mm wide, as you can see here, this one. So the length of these blocks are 75 mm. So the total length, as we can see from the base itself, it is of 75 mm. Generally it may be a smaller or bigger, and the thickness is 15 mm. Okay, so now we will see. So what are the advantages? First of all we will see, then we will build different angles with the help of these slip gauges, angle gauges. Okay, so what are the applications? First of all, so application is quick measurement of angles between two surface in industrial engineering industries. So quick measurement is possible. It is much quicker than sine bar. We have already studied about sine bar, right? So sine bar, basically it is very difficult to use the sine bar and measure any angle. Very difficult. You have to build one by one, so it takes a lot of time. But with the help of slip angle gauges, you can do this measurement very fast. Okay, and it will be much accurate also. Okay, so frequent use of angle gauges is to check whether the component is within its off angle tolerance or not. Tolerance, what is the meaning of tolerance? So any object, whenever it is prepared, okay, so if we are preparing an angle of 20 degree, so there must be some tolerance given, which is plus minus 1 degree. That means it can be varied from 21 degree to 19 degree to 21 degree. Okay, in between this it is acceptable. So this is known as tolerance, right? So we have to so this angle gauges, they are used for checking that this component which is prepared, is it in the same tolerance, that is in between 19 degree or 21 degree or not, or there are more deviations. So that is, so angle gauges are more accurate than sine bar. Why? Because sine bar uses trigonometric formula, and trigonometric formula is not completely accurate. How I can say that it is not completely accurate? Because you see, trigonometric formula, how it cannot be accurate? Because of the circle. If you see the circle, what is the value of pi? What is the value of pi? Pi is 3.14, something like that. So this value itself it's not a definite value, right? It's not a definite value, and that's why the accuracy it is affected. So that's why it is more accurate. Angle gauges are more accurate. Obviously it is also less complex. आप आसानी से उसको सेटअप कर सकते हो, तो इसलिए बहुत आसान हो जाता है इसमें. Slip gauges and sign bar, what you have to do, you have to build up here slip gauges, right? So now you have to calculate first of all what is the height required, and after that you have to build up. We have done that, right? But this angle gauges, the setting angle with the help of angle gauges is much more simpler. Okay, let us see one example, then we will understand that how much it is simple. So let's suppose we have to build this angle 33 degree, 9 minutes 15 seconds. Okay, with the help of this number of gauges, only 13 are there, I think. These many are of degree, then this is of minutes, and these are of seconds. Okay, now can you build this angle? So there is no problem. You can start from the end also, that is from the second, then minute, then degree also, or you can start from degree, then minute, then second also. You can build from any side. There is no issue. So let us start from 15 seconds. So if you want to build up 15 seconds, can you use minutes or degrees? No, you cannot use. So it is completely independent, right? And that's why I told that from any side you can use, you can build. So 15 degree, can you make 15 degree from here? You have to use minimum number of angle gauges, minimum number, to avoid any kind of error. ठीक है, तो मिनिमम नंबर आप यूज़ करके आप 15 डिग्री बिल्ड 15 सेकेंड्स बिल्ड करो. सो वी कैन यूज़ 15 seconds. Okay, 18 seconds and 3 seconds can be built, can be joined, and we can get 15 seconds. So 18 seconds minus 15 seconds, 5 minus 3 seconds, that will give you 15 seconds. Correct or not? 18 seconds minus 3 seconds. After that we have 9 seconds. So 9 seconds we have already available, so there is no problem. After that we have 33 degree. 33 degree, can we build from here? 27 plus 3, 30. We require 6 degree, right? 27 plus 6. So can we build from here 6? Yes, 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. Yes. So what we have to do? 27 plus 9 and minus 3. So this will give you 33 degree. So how much easy it is. Now can we is asking show the arrangement of the angle gauges. So show the arrangement. So let's suppose this is 27, correct? This is 27 degree, and the direction you have to show in this way. Then 9 degree, okay, this is 9 degree. After that we have 3 degree. Oh, 3 degree is in opposite direction, correct? So this is 3 degree and opposite direction. So you have to show like this. After that we have 9 minutes, 9 minute. This is 9 minute, and in this direction only. 18 seconds, same direction. This is 18 seconds. Don't go on the size of the blocks. It's just an indication. So only this marking is very, very important. the marking of this direction, in which direction you are putting. 3 second is in the opposite direction, so this is in opposite direction, and which is 3 seconds. So this is the complete, it is now giving you, if you see the value which we are getting, now this angle is basically the 33 degree, 9 minutes 15 seconds. So this is how the arrangement is done. Okay, now it is much easier to calibrate angle gauges blocks as compared to slip gauges. Calibration is much easier, right? Because they can be compared among themselves. कैसे? तो आप देखो, if we can use 30 degree, 33 degree, 30 degree, that must give 90 degree, and 90 plus 90 plus 90, all the 90s, that will give 360 degree. So they must form a circle. If we are using, this is 90, 90, 90 and 90. If they are forming circle, complete circle, there is no gap in between, this one, that means they are nice, they are like, there is no need of calibration. But if they are not forming a circle, there is some kind of gap here. That means what? That means they are having some error, and that has to be calibrated, that has to be again defined, that how much error is there. Okay, so this is how the calibration is done. And there is another advantage, that the accuracy of the angle gauges is not as sensitive to temperature changes as that of slip gauges. Why? Because when the temperature increases, the 30 degree, the angle which, let's suppose 30 degree angle we are using, so that will remain same at 30 degrees Celsius also, and that will remain exactly same when it is going to be 40 degrees Celsius. Whenever something expands, so angle is not going to change, right? This angle is not going to change. So that's why there is nothing to worry that how much is temperature changing. So it's very, very less sensitive than to the temperature than slip gauges. So this is about angle gauges. Now they will go for another topic which is known as spirit level. We have heard this spirit level. We have seen also. Look at here. This is the spirit level. Here, this is generally available in the instrument boxes also. We find it, right? Where you will find this is a small, a vial. Okay. This is a vial. In this, a spirit is filled. Okay. And a small bubble will be present. And that bubble, by seeing the bubble, we can understand that the surface on which this spirit level is kept is flat, or it is inclined, or it is horizontal, how much inclination. So these all things we can understand with the help of this spirit level. Okay, so this works on the air bubble. So here we have air bubble. And why do we use a spirit? A spirit has some advantage. First of all, its density is very low. So very less density. Viscosity is very low. So it is very sensitive. If something is more viscous, right, some liquid, then it cannot change for a small change. Like it cannot, the bubble there, if let's suppose you added here mercury, let's suppose you have added mercury inside, you have filled with the mercury and there is a bubble inside. Now you think that if there is a 1 degree change, so mercury, the bubble will not move. Why? Because the viscosity of the mercury is very, very high. So that's why we use a liquid which is of very, very less viscosity. So that's why it becomes very sensitive to even a small change in the angle. As soon as there will be a small change, even less than 1 degree, let's suppose 1 minute also, then also it can detect the it can detect the you can say the fluctuation, or you can say it can detect the angle. Correct. So that's why spirit is used. And another one is very important, that it does not have adhesive property with the glass which is used here. So it does not adhere, it does not stick to the glass. So that is one very important uh, property. Okay, so that's why water is not used, because water is having this adhesive property with the glass, but spirit does not have. So that's why spirit is used. Understood? So if whatever flat, if you want which is to be measured, that is it horizontal or it is inclined or something like that, then you can just put over that surface. This is the base. So this base will be kept over that surface, and you can easily check, is it deviating from its center. This is the center line, so you can check that is it deviating from this center or not. If it is completely horizontal, it will remain in the horizontal, but as soon as it has inclined little bit, it will move either in this direction or in this direction. Now you look at here, this is another spirit level, or you can say another indicator. So this is basically used for checking that is there any inclination in this direction or not. Are you getting or not? So let's suppose this is an object and we are going to measure. So we have kept this spirit level here, and here is that indicator, this one, center one. But there is another indicator in this direction also. What is the purpose of this indicator? That to check that is there any inclination in this direction or not. Are you getting? This one will check the inclination in this direction, and this one will check the inclination is in this direction. Okay, and there is another one which is at 45 degree. Look at here, this is at 45 degree, and this 45 degree, this also checks the inclination in this direction. Okay, so in some cases it is not also available, so there is nothing to worry about. And this one is used for, this is a you can say a screw adjustment is there. This is a screw adjustment. To set the bubble to 0 by referencing with a surface plate. Sometimes referencing is required, so we put it on the surface plate which is completely horizontal. Surface plate we have studied. So on the surface plate we put it here, there, and after that we check that is it in the center. If it is not there, then by the adjusting this screw we can make it in the center. Right? So this is how the spirit level works. Now there is another topic which is clinometer, another instrument which is clinometer. It also works as a spirit level, but it is more, it can measure bigger angle, because a spirit level can only measure very small angle, very small deviation, 1 degree or maximum 2-3 degree, that's all. But if that we need to measure a bigger angle, then what to do? So for that clinometer is used. So clinometer is an advanced version of spirit level. So look at here, this is a spirit level. Here also we use the spirit level, but how we are using it for measuring bigger angles? So see, there is a scale, 360 degree scale. This is angle scale, correct? And any object so let's suppose I need to measure this angle, let's suppose. Clear? So what I will do, this base is there, so that base will be kept over here. As soon as you have kept the base, what will happen? The whole this frame, okay, this is outer frame and this one is inner frame. Okay, with the outer frame, this spirit level is fixed, and there is another frame, that is the angle frame. angle 1 is fixed. Okay, this angle 1 is fixed with this plate. So I have made it wrong. This one is also wrong. So there is one. Here we have all the angles. This is 0 degree, this is 90, this side is also 90, and here is 0, something like that. Okay, now there is a spirit level, and this spirit level is fixed from back with a bigger frame, which is going like this. Okay, and on this scale there is a eyepiece which is used to see this spirit, the bubble, which is used to see the bubble. So now how to measure it? So look at here what is happening. As soon as it is inclined, so this spirit level is also inclined. So when it is inclined, where will be the bubble? Bubble will be at the end, this side. Here it will not be in the center. So we have to bring it in the center. So for that, what we have to do? We have to rotate this frame. This is the frame. How we will rotate? So open this lock nut. There is the lock nut here. So open this lock nut here. Okay, and you rotate it in this direction. We have to rotate in this direction. Then this spirit level will move in this direction. And as soon as it will move in this direction, the bubble will start moving in this direction. And after some time, what will happen? It will come in the center. This is the marking, and the bubble has come in the completely aligned with the center. And how to check it? With the help of eyepiece. So with the help of eyepiece, we can check that is it in complete center or not. Once it is in complete center, obviously you look at here, this will be showing you the angle. How much is the angle? Okay, earlier it was set at 90 degree. This is parallel to 90 degree, but when it will be rotated, it will come somewhere here. Are you getting or not? This will become, it will come, so this will be 90 degree, and after some time it will come to, let's suppose, 70 degree. So can we tell it is what? How much is the inclination of this one? This is 20 degree. So this is how this clinometer works. Okay, so this actually the point is that this is not going to move. The angle does not move. Basically, we can move this one. So when it is moved, then automatically, see, because it is inclined, so 90 will reach here. 90 will come here when it will be inclined. When it is horizontal, then 90 will be here. When it is inclined, then 90 will go here. Clear? So this is how it is going to happen. We can check and we can measure any angle. Okay, so these are all explanation of it. So this is having an accuracy of 1 minute, and there are electronic clinometers. They have a sensitivity of 1 second. Also we can make. So basically it is having the same purpose as the spirit level, used to determine the straightness and flatness of any surface. So as the spirit level works, that is what is the use of clinometer. But there is a special use of clinometer, that they are used for setting inclinable table on jig boring. Let's suppose that I need to make a hole here, and at this angle 30, let's suppose whatever it is, 60 degree, we want to drill it in this direction. So how to drill in this direction? So for that purpose, we have to set the table on which this one is there at 60 degree. So how to check that it is at 60 degree? So with the help of clinometer, we can ensure that the table is set at 60 degree. Now we can do the drilling operation. Right? So that is what is use of this clinometer. So today I'll stop here only. In next class we will go for limit, fits and tolerances. So a new topic, very interesting topic, we will start in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a good day.